your fitness progress. And I believe that it's a great motivator in your fitness journey. So what we've done is we've compiled a fitness test for you that you can do right at your home. And it's a great way to gauge exactly where you're starting from and where you are down the lane in your fitness journey itself. So the first one on our list of the movements that you'll be doing is the push-up. So push-up is a great way to test your strength and your cardiovascular system. The push-up movement itself will consist of an AMRAP. So what we mean with an AMRAP is as many repetitions as possible. So for future reference, if you hear that word AMRAP, as many repetitions as possible. So you will try and do push-ups until you fail within that movement. Then you will key in that score on your box chamber. So the next one on the list will then be the sit-up, same as the one above. For measuring purposes, you will use the AMRAP. Your jump squat, same measuring unit. And lastly, your 1 kilometer run, and this one will be for time. What we mean with that is you will run a 1 kilometer as fast as possible, and you will measure the exact time that you started and the time that you ended. So let's get right into it. So first of all, the push-up. Eloise is going to demonstrate what the push-up looks like. So as you can see here, shoulders, hips, and ankles are all in line. We want to keep this line throughout the push-up. We do not want to break that line upwards or downwards. So we want to keep it nice and tight. We want to make our core tight, and we want to keep a nice and neutral position throughout the push-up. So Eloise will go down into the push-up. So she wants to touch her chest on the floor and push up from there. There we go. So the scaling option for that is, for those of you that are still learning the push-up or not strong enough already for the push-up, is knees on the floor. So we call it the ladies push-up. Don't be afraid of the ladies push-up, gents. If you're not there yet, you're not there yet. We're going to get you there. So as you can see, same applies. Shoulders, hips, and knees are all in line for this position. And then we don't want to break this line as well, not upwards or back or downwards. We want to keep it nice and neutral. And then same applies, go down, touch the chest, and push up. There we go. So the next exercise on the list will be the sit-up. I know the sit-up sounds easy, but it's very important that you do it correctly, especially for measuring purposes. So when you want to do this test 2 months down the lane, that you do the exact same movement and you know you're comparing apples with apples. So Eloise is going to demonstrate the sit-up position for us. So what we want here is, we want the ankles closer to the hips, but we still want a bit of light space in between here. And then just to make it a bit easier for yourself, is to put a weight on your feet or hook your feet under something that's a bit heavier, or just get someone to press down on your feet when you do the sit-up. This will prevent that you don't slide backwards while doing your sit-ups, which might be a bit inconvenient and uncomfortable, especially when you're trying to push yourself to the limit. So we want to erase all those elements in between. So as you can see, Eloise has got her hands on her shoulders crossed over each other. And then when she comes up, she wants to touch her elbows on her thighs and down, and that will be 1 repetition of sit-up.
Okay, so the next thing we'll be looking at is a jump squat. So you're going to do as many as you can. So you're going to place your feet hip width apart. When you go down, make sure your torso is upright and your knees are facing outwards. They're not falling inwards. So outward knees, and when you jump up, it's an explosive movement, and you just go down in the same position again. Yes. Okay, so the last item on the list is a 1K run. I know most of you guys have your own way of doing it, so we're just going to suggest a way that's a bit more easier, more comfortable, and can help you to go a longer distance or go much faster, which is called the pose running. So the pose running is quite simple. What you want to focus on is falling forward first of all, and you want to focus on running on the ball of your foot. So no hitting with your heel and going down, just on the ball of your foot. And the last thing is not to lean backwards. So I'm just going to demonstrate here for us. We're just going to use a tool here. Okay, so I'm just going to put some pressure on here. So you can see Andres really leaning forward when he's running. So it's a forward falling movement, and he's running on the ball of his foot. So you can see he's not leaning backwards. So it's quite easy, straightforward. One last tip is your breathing. So make sure you keep your breathing controlled, in through the nose, out through the mouth. This will really help to keep your heart rate under control.
Alright guys, so that will be your basic fitness test. It sounds basic, but I promise you it will make you tired. But like I said, it's a good gauge for future reference in your fitness journey, which is very, very important. Like I said, it motivates you in times when the going gets tough. So once again, just for your reference, all these exercises, as many repetitions as possible, so you push yourself until failure. You don't want to rest too long between the movements. I think a 1 minute rest between each movement is a good way to gauge it. And lastly, please remember to load your scores onto the Box Champ app for your own future reference. Thanks guys for watching, and we'll see you in the facility soon. Okay?